chance to score here, and he does it.
Allister knocking it into McClare, the little touch for Giggs, he's away again, little ball in play there for McClare again! A goal for Manchester United! Brian McClare, made by Ryan Giggs.
After the initial problems with injury and the frustration of losing out in the league, the season at least brought a trophy, the League Cup. And after the celebration came the commiseration. The news was shattering. Lee was diagnosed as having meningitis, a severe illness which required immediate hospitalisation.
Well, at first they thought it was food poisoning. They thought it was something I'd ate. I mean, I'd done 2 days of pre-season. I'd done a bit of running myself before, so I weren't exactly feeling tired. And I'd been to I bought a little poxy van that I bought for the dog I had at the time. And I've come back after driving this van back, and because it was a bit small, I thought I'd sat on a nerve or something. I got pins and needles in my foot. So I'm sort of banging my foot away, and a couple of minutes later, this pins and needles is not only in my foot, it's also up to my knee. So I'm thinking, oh, what's going on here? Like, all of a sudden it's come up my left leg, and then it's in my left side and down my left hand. I couldn't pick anything up with my hand, and then it's in the side of my face. And my speech went slurred, and my tongue went all pins and needles. And so I think there's something wrong here. Sure, there's something wrong. So I go upstairs to bed and think, right, I'll have a lie down. I'm feeling a bit tired. I'll have an hour or two sleep. As soon as I lie down upstairs for 10 minutes, I'm in the toilet throwing up. So I phone the club doctor. He comes round and says, right, here's a couple of tablets, you'll be all right. Go into training in the morning. If you're not too well, I'll have a look at you then. So I take these 2 tablets. 2 minutes later, he's gone out the door, throwing up again, phone him back, straight into hospital on a drip because I can't keep anything down. I'm in hospital for 2 days throwing up. Then it's like 3 days building me back up. And it weren't until sort of the end of that week that they diagnosed the meningitis.
The one morning, I think it was about his 2nd or 3rd time in hospital, 5 o'clock, he was up sick, so I run him up from Birmingham to Manchester Hospital.
He was rushed into hospital again.
And he's lying on the back seat with a blanket over him with his head in a bowl. I'm doing about 100 mile an hour up the motorway. It's 5:30 in the morning.
There was a story which I know you've denied recently in the newspapers that it was all a cover-up, this meningitis.
I know, I had 4 visits to the hospital, you know, because it used to come in the attacks. The pins and needles used to be the start of the attack, and then spot on an hour after I had the pins and needles. They used to last for 20 minutes. Then spot on an hour after that, I used to be thrown up for 2 days. So I had 4 of these attacks. And I think, I don't know, it was the 2nd or the 3rd time I was in the hospital. And a couple of days after I've come off the drip, the nurse says, oh, go and have a walk around the car park, get a bit of fresh air. And I was with my dad, and there's a reporter come up from London and a photographer come up from London, and they're like, oh, what do you say to people who are saying it's drugs related? And I'm like, well, if you want to print that, you'll make me a rich man, like, you know. But I've had loads of people come up to me and say, oh, we know it was a cover-up and all that, but I don't know where they get it from.
We was told by the one doctor, if he has another attack, just don't race him up to Manchester. Just call the local doctor in. And we did that the one morning. He just sat there on the end of the bed talking gibberish.
We thought he had a stroke, didn't we?
Yeah, we thought he had a stroke. He just couldn't get his words together.
Dr. came and says, get him back up there. Yeah, it was terrible, but he's all right now. He's come through it.
He came through it a much stronger person, and a young man determined to get back into the manager's plans. The illness hadn't robbed him of his natural footballing skills, but he needed to build himself back up. Good healthy food's what's required. Not that Lee knows much about that.
The kitchen, how often do you come in here?
As little as possible, really. About as much as to make a cup of tea, read the papers and watch a bit of telly.
Now, I know you've got a club dietitian. Show us what's in the cupboard.
This is, well, this will be a bit, this is probably one of the better cupboards. This is...
doesn't look like a square meal at all in there.
No, there's probably, that's just little toppings and extras, that. Nothing
So where do you
too
actually
bad
keep
for
the
you.
stuff that you cook?
Well, that I cook. Well, the stuff that I cook, there's a loaf of bread, look, that's about what I cook, toast. And you might get a couple of tins of beans in here or something, look. Look at all the tin stuff and pot noodle. That's about all I've cooked.
So you're not adventurous at all in the kitchen?
Not whatsoever, no. I just eat when I'm hungry, and once I get hungry I like to eat what I know I like.
It looks like peas and jam sandwiches.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right.
Say in a supermarket, does he throw things in and whatever?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's his favourite little treat? Food?
I don't know. We love cereals. Love cereals. Any Frosties and things like that.
Do you eat healthily?
I try to, yeah. I try to encourage him as well.
What kind of things?
Just low-fat food, really. Anything low-fat. Grilled, not fried.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that your influence on him, or is it a joint effort? Does he?
No, it's a joint effort. Yeah.
What about you? What's your weekly chocolate? Anything like that?
Oh yeah, I love chocolate.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a chocoholic.
Everybody's a chocoholic.
From the land of fine cuisine comes United's pièce de résistance, Eric Cantona. It's not only the fans who worship him, it's the players as well. Lee's game came on in leaps and bounds when Eric arrived.
Back for United, Lee Sharpe. He's only 21, but after 18 months of injury and illness, he starts what amounts to a second career. He's on familiar territory. His parents are here from nearby Halesowen.
After his lengthy spell out with meningitis, Lee was back with a point to prove. With Cantona leading the squadron, Lee wanted to fly the wings, and he passed the examination with flying colours. There'd been a testing time, but Lee proved he'd not lost the drive.
Roland Nielsen looking for Carlton Palmer's run. Ince has gone with him. Got the tackle in all right, but he's come to David Hurst. And 2 minutes, and Sheffield Wednesday have the lead. It's not the best of balls, was it? Pallister quite comfortably underneath it. Here's Waddle again. Looking for the right option. David Hurst has pulled away. It's in towards Mark Bright, and 6 minutes. It's 2-0. Lee Sharpe, with the United fans just beginning to find their voice again. United haven't played badly in truth, but they have no goals to show for it. Maybe they do now. McClair! Pallister's flick, McClair's header, and it just kind of hit Woods. Irwin, Cantona, another superb ball. Lee Sharpe now. Giggs in, and Worthington just in front of him and giving away another corner, and United keep up the pressure. Giggs thought he was in there. So, Lee Sharpe again to deliver another in-swinger. Wilson away. Ince goes in. Pallister brings Sharpe back into it again. Working the angle nicely. That's come off the back of Wilson. Here's McClair, and it's hit the underside of the bar and gone away. Well, it doesn't look as though it's McClair's day, does it? David Hurst, John Sheridan. Bruce has had to leave him, and Sheridan's tucked it away just after the hour. 3-0 Sheffield Wednesday. Another Lee Sharpe corner. They've been a constant threat all afternoon. Palmer, though, this time first to it. Paul Parker to keep the danger up, though. Lee Sharpe again. McClair, and at last the ball finds the net. Looking for the right ball. It's not a bad one either, is it? Here's Lee Sharpe. Roland Nielsen's come across with him. Well, super skill, and he's away, and he's got a chance to put it in, and McClair's put it in from the cross, and it's 3-2. Wing play at its best from Lee Sharpe. And when the ball was invitingly placed around the 6-yard line, McClair had the header, and United have the lifeline now. The ball breaking for Paul Ince. Ince releasing Lee Sharpe. Real chance here for United. Cantona still, and he's got it. 3-3. Ooh la la, says Cantona.
I feel okay myself, you know. I feel strong and fit in myself. So it's just for other people to judge now.
And you've ousted Giggsy from the left wing.
Well, I said I'd do that, didn't I? I told you I'd do it. But Giggsy, he don't mind playing where he does.
He does. He wants to play there.
Does he? I've not really asked him, to be fair. But he's not doing too bad for himself on the right, is he?
No, he's not.
I've told him we'll start swapping during the games if he wants, if he's that upset.
His comeback was recognised with more personal silverware. But the goal was the Premier League trophy. His return further strengthened a Manchester United side firing on all cylinders.
A very, very inquiring mind. You'll find Gemini, they've got loads of hobbies. They get very, very enthusiastic about things, and they can also, the enthusiasm can wane.
How long have you had this then?
Had it for Christmas.
You're joking.
Had it for Christmas off my mum and dad.
Is it something you've always wanted, is it, Lee?
It is, yeah. How'd you guess? I'm going to get floodlights and everything, grandstands.
Do any of the lads play this?
Nah, Keeney's been round and had a little bash, but
Yeah.
he's a bit reckless like now. Sends his car off the track, goes off the rails a bit.
What do they do?
It's supposed to relax me.
And do they?
Well, I've not broke any windows with them yet, so I suppose they are, really. I don't know. They're a bit frustrating, actually, when you can't get them round properly.
What's the secret of it? What's the...
Just
what's it supposed to do?
the nerve, or there's something that goes from your hand to your head that sort of relaxes you, I don't know. Chinese reckons it works anyway, so... Yeah. Chinese down the road where I get me supper from.
Je suis un rockstar.
Yeah. Without a doubt, frustrated musician, yeah. I'd love to be either a good drummer or a good guitar player. One or two, but the only thing is, well, I've got a guitar and I've got a set of drums, but the only thing is, if I have lessons, if I'm not playing the guitar like Eric Clapton by next week, I'll jack it in. I've got a attention span of about that long, so... Basically just fads that I got bored of, to tell you the truth. But there you go.
What's your fad now then?
That's me, all over.
What's your fad now, eh?
Golf.
It's a bit extravagant. This is taking golf very seriously. It's having it in the back garden.
Well, this is a Christmas present from last year off my mum and dad. They'd already bought me a Scale Electrics and loads of other little toys. So I said, right, I'll have a golf net in my back garden.
Can I talk us through a swing?
Well, I mean, basically, it's just a matter of gripping it and ripping it. You get a nice steady stance. There you go, in and through, release, there you go. Keep your head down. Look at that, pro swing if ever I've seen one.
In the Lee Sharpe house, you don't find much football memorabilia on display. Lee proudly polishes the numerous golf awards, a sport he's close to perfecting with a 9 handicap. But when you talk about football perfection to Lee, it has to be the 93-94 season. The double season, where Manchester United once again ruled over England. A team rich in talent, tightly knit, international class players linking in every position, scrapping with each other for places. Lee even had that friendly fight with his pal Giggsy for the left wing role.
Giggs has carried on with his run, chance here for Manchester United, and still could be a goal, and it is for Lee Sharpe. Villanelle, Manchester United won, and Lee Sharpe marks his return to the side with a goal. Oh, here is Sharpe, one-on-one, here's a chance for his second goal, and United second, and he's taken it. 2-1, and it's a glory night for young Lee Sharpe.
Here's Irwin. Sharpe!